Chong, I think do you feel that today we had a very robust discussion?
Yes.
And when you look at it, we've got 15 NC chairs or members of NC, and many of them have been on boards for so many years, and their insights and sharing of experiences as to what are some of the possible barriers and what are some of the triggers that we can activate to accelerate diversity on board. I think it's very insightful. Sometimes while each one of us has a view, but it's good to also open up your mind and see what else is available and what other people are thinking, because it does bring new insights into how we can address this issue.
I agree with what Stephen said. What I thought was very helpful was clearly my impression from all the participants representing the different companies NC is there is a lot of alignment in terms of the importance of diversity. There's a lot of understanding about wanting this not just to be about the form or the representation, but really how diversity adds to value for boards and board discussion. Here we're thinking of strategy, here we're thinking of business resilience, here we're thinking of innovation, creativity, and how having a more diverse board enrich that discussion. So I think that's very useful. The next important impetus I sense from the discussion is we now have to see how we can onboard new directors, especially new women directors, so that we create sort of safe space for them to participate fully, to have that equality of voice, what I would say, and to have that respect for different views, different opinions, just to get better and stronger outcomes. And I think clearly the group all recognizes that, and I believe NC chairs and board chairmen actually have a big role to play in creating that space for diverse views to feature at boards.
And I think particularly useful as well was that while everyone had an active participation in sharing their views, and while they recognize that diversity is an important must-have on boards, but talking about some of the possible barriers to really realizing what is needed for resilience of boards, through diversity. For example, they talk about really having a very professional process, to engage headhunters, and be very, very targeted, that you must have diversity and aim for it. What we all recognize that you must have the best candidates should be chosen, but within that, it's not either or. I think you could have diversity and still choose the best candidates. That was clear and loud. That's what I hear.
Another takeaway I had was the recognition that to truly create board cognitive diversity, we should also consider other elements or attributes of diversity. What a diverse board means, right? You can think of technical background, you can think of cultural background, and many other elements, of which clearly gender, I think, plays an important part. And the important thing now is the process in which we go about identifying good potential women directors, for example, outside of how we normally do it. And there was a suggestion to use professional search firms to do that. So that's one idea. And how we can enlarge that network of contacts to bring in new names into the list.